What if I told you that one of the most bizarre landscapes on Earth wasn't just a natural wonder? It was a fully functional city, carved by hand, inside mountains of soft stone. Picture a valley where giant, cone-shaped rocks rise from the earth like stone mushrooms. Some are capped with dark, hat-like boulders. Others have windows and doors carved into them, with wooden ladders leading up to rooms that have been silent for centuries. This is Göreme in central Turkey, a place where nature and human history collided to create something almost magical. These formations are called fairy chimneys, and for thousands of years, people didn't just look at them, they lived inside them. But how did these strange towers form? And why would anyone choose to carve a home out of rock? The story begins millions of years ago, with volcanoes, erosion, and one of the most clever survival strategies ever devised. Long before humans walked the earth, this region was a volcanic hotspot. Massive eruptions covered the land in thick layers of ash, which over time hardened into a soft, crumbly rock called tuff. Then, later eruptions deposited a tougher, more resilient layer of basalt on top, like a hard cap placed gently over something fragile. For millennia, wind and water slowly sculpted the landscape. The soft tuff eroded quickly, but where the hard basalt cap remained, it protected the stone beneath, creating tall pillars that seemed to wear dark hats. Locals called them fairy chimneys, believing magical beings had built them under the cover of night. But the real magic began when people realized these weren't just rocks, they were opportunities. By the 4th century, this region, known as Cappadocia, had become a refuge. Early Christians, fleeing Roman persecution, arrived in this surreal valley and saw something remarkable. The soft tuff was easy to carve, almost like cutting into firm cheese. They could hollow out rooms, chapels, stables, and storage spaces without complex tools. And the basalt caps acted like umbrellas, protecting the softer rock below from rain and erosion. So they began to dig. Not just small caves, but entire multi-story complexes, some going 10 levels deep into the earth. They carved staircases, air shafts, hidden passages, and even churches with domed ceilings and painted frescoes. At its peak, this underground city could house thousands of people, all hidden safely inside the stone. But living inside a rock isn't as simple as it sounds. These weren't dark, damp caves, they were carefully engineered spaces. Builders carved niches for oil lamps to light the corridors. They designed ventilation shafts that brought fresh air deep underground, and water wells that tapped into natural springs. Some rooms were used for pressing wine, others for keeping pigeons, which provided both fertilizer and food. The temperature inside remained constant year-round, cool in the scorching summers, warm during snowy winters. Doors were often hidden or accessed by retractable ladders, making the cities easy to defend. For centuries, these rock-cut homes provided safety, community, and a surprising level of comfort. Over time, entire societies flourished inside the fairy chimneys. Monastic communities carved elaborate churches into the rock faces, covering the walls with vibrant biblical scenes that are still visible today. Travelers, traders, and even armies passed through the valley, often unaware of the bustling life hidden just beneath their feet. But as empires shifted and the threat of invasion faded, people gradually moved out of the rock dwellings and into conventional villages. The fairy chimneys were slowly abandoned, left as silent monuments to a forgotten way of life. It wasn't until the 20th century that the outside world rediscovered Göreme. Archaeologists and travelers began exploring the valley, stunned by the scale of what had been built. They found kitchens with carved shelves, stables with tethering rings, and churches with fading paintings of saints and angels. In 1985, Göreme was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site, preserving this unique blend of natural wonder and human ingenuity for future generations. Today, visitors can walk through ancient chapels, climb into rock-cut homes, and even stay in cave hotels that continue the tradition of living inside the stone. The fairy chimneys of Göreme are more than just strange rock formations. They're a testament to human adaptability. Faced with a harsh and unpredictable world, people saw possibility in the landscape. They turned soft stone into shelter, danger into safety, and rock into art. These chimneys remind us that sometimes the most extraordinary solutions are hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone with enough imagination to carve them into being. Have you ever visited a place that felt like stepping into another world? Share your story in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Wonder Explorer for more journeys into the planet's most astonishing landscapes.